Let's bring in Sami Nader, the director at the Levant Institute for Strategic Affairs, joining us live from Beirut. Sami, thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us here on TRT World. What's your understanding there then of where these ceasefire negotiations lie? Indirect talks taking place in Doha, although the sticking points are familiar and they seem as hard as ever to overcome.
Yeah, the bargaining positions of both parties are still very far away. On one hand, Israel is not showing any readiness for a full withdrawal from Israeli, which is a no-go from Hamas. And in light of the recent military escalation on the ground, all the hopes that a ceasefire could be reached this week are collapsing. The only driving force behind these negotiations to reach a settlement was on one side the American president who was pushing to end this conflict, but on the other hand, both the Israeli and the Palestinian population. The Israeli population needs its hostages. They are pushing the government on Netanyahu, and the protests today are a clear evidence of that, to end this, to seal a deal with Hamas. And on the other side, the Palestinians are very tired, exhausted of this war. But despite this popular pressure, despite the American pressure, it looks that the contentious issues are all the same, as we were mentioning, and the hopes to reach a ceasefire deal is, are fading by the hour.
And where do you see these talks going then? We understand Donald Trump is sending his special envoy, Steve Witkoff, to try to influence matters. He has already made a number of trips to the region to take place in these talks. Does he have the mandate, though, to make any important decisions and put any kind of influence or put some sort of weight on Benjamin Netanyahu?
Yeah, this is the key. Will the American president, because at the end of the day it boils down to the American president, if he decides to put pressure on Israel, maybe holding military assistance. That being said, it was clear during the last visit of Netanyahu to Washington that the American president showed some firmness in how to deal with Israel. He was pushing like never before the Israeli Prime Minister to reach a settlement and to deal with its far-rightist minister. If this week, if a deal is closed and the American president will make the last move, maybe by putting more pressure on Israel, maybe by promising a price at the regional level for the settlement in Gaza, this would present a breakthrough. But I would not put a high chances, a high likelihood on this matter. There's the scenario that is most likely is the continuing of this tit-for-tat, exhausting war of attrition. Because the hopes were that any deal in Gaza will trigger a kind of stabilization at the regional level, maybe Syria joining a kind of settlement with Israel. But in light of what's happening, a stalemate at the level of negotiation with Iran, the positions of both parties are still far away. The same in between Hamas and the Israeli government, and even in Lebanon, which is the third scene, the question of the arms of Hezbollah is still pending. In light of all of these, I'm not seeing today, a breakthrough happening in the days to come.
Yes, well, we do hope some optimism from you and indeed from those negotiators will lead to something. Sami, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on TRT World.